Hey guys, and welcome back to the CTFC Perspective, and in today's video it is a Cheltenham Town news video. There is going to be two news stories that I'm going to go into that are specifically about Cheltenham, and one news story which is just in the general footballing world. But just before we do get into that though, if you wouldn't mind just taking a second out of your time, if you haven't already, to just smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. This means that our fan base grows, and if you're going to come back to the channel anyways, you might as well subscribe so we can get closer to that next goal, this being 400 subscribers. And whilst you're at it, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button as well, because the more likes we get on these videos, the more YouTube pushes it out to a further fan base that actually like content similar to this. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind just subscribing to the channel and liking the video, it would mean the world to us. And without the way, let's get into today's news stories. As this is predominantly a Cheltenham channel, we're going to start off with the Cheltenham news stories first, and this is revolving around the cutout. So Cheltenham fans have one last opportunity to see their cutouts actually in the stadium, and it's between 2 and 5 p.m. on the 24th of July. Now this is your last opportunity to go see them in the stadium, so if you haven't already and you do want to see them before they all obviously start get sent away or just taken down, please just remember those dates or throw it on the screen just one more time for you. But rightfully so, the club has to stick with the social distancing guidelines. So at the stadium, it will be due to your booking slot. So it is safer for the club and you to see everything safely. So in order for you to get your booking slot, would you mind sending an email to the email that is going to be shown on screen? The club have said specifically, can you please not visit the club when it's not your assorted time? Because like I said, safety, guidelines, social distancing, it just makes it a lot easier for everyone involved. And the club will stay in touch with every single supporter that has bought a cutout to make sure you know everything that is happening with the individual cutout. And now on to our second news story, and it's a much more recent story, only coming out at 10 a.m. today. And there are a lot of positives and some I've still not really got my head around it. I think it is growing on me, but it is, of course, Cheltenham Town's new home kit for the 2021 season. So we're going to chuck a few images of it on screen now, and I really hope you guys do enjoy it, because like I said, it is growing on me. I was a bit confused at first because I'm a real big fan of this kit right here, and it is a lot different, but I guess you could say it's unique. And seeing some other clubs' kits this season, I am quite proud of the club for making it look like this. Cheltenham Town at 10 a.m. this morning released a video on their Twitter and their YouTube channel explaining the backstory behind this lockdown and this new kit. And it was a really, really nice piece of work. It most likely took them a long time to create, and we're going to put the link of the video in the description as well. So like I said, if you want to have a look yourself, you can. Another thing that I really just want to express here is please support your local. This quarantine time, yes, it is absolutely hard for everyone, but especially clubs like Cheltenham. Some clubs are on the brink of extinction, and no, we do not want our Cheltenham Town to go down like this. We are Cheltenham United, and the kit is only £40 for adults and £30 for juniors. So if you really do like it, support your local and spend that fee on the kit, because you might think £40 for a kit, but much bigger clubs charge a lot more than that, and it's a kit which, when we are allowed back in stadiums, which I will go into later on in this video, we can be proud of the club that we are. We can express our love for our club with the shirts that we wear, just like this one. And as well as the fans, it's clear to see that some of our star players enjoy it as well. For example, the Alfie May tweet, he seems to absolutely love it, especially with the emojis that he has used. And continuing the news about these cutouts, I'm going to read this straight from the Cheltenham Town website, which I will leave a link in the description if you would like to have a look yourself. So, arrangements for collecting cutouts. The club will soon begin the process of taking down the fans' cutouts of the stadium. That is why you need to go see it if you haven't already. Supporters who have paid for a cutout have a number of options for collecting them and their cutout. So, the first option is they can arrange to collect their cutouts unsigned. So you can just have it normally, you just want to have your cutout untouched and you just want to have it at home, you can just remember it being in the stadium. The second option is they can arrange for the club and the players and the staff to actually sign your cutout, which I think is the much better option, because even though we sadly did lose the game at the Johnny Rock Stadium, so it's not really the best thing you want to remember, it's still something that you can't really ever get again, because unless this virus does strike again or something similar, which fingers crossed it doesn't, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity like we mentioned in the last news video. And the third option is, if you do not actually have the ability or want or can be bothered to go pick it up, you can pay for postage and it'll be delivered to your door. And if you do have a preferred option that applies to you, can you please email ctfc.pictures@gmail.com. I'll throw it on screen one more time for you just in case. And you have to put in your name and the option you would prefer. This just makes it so much easier for the club and you to get things sorted. And if it's only a short email, you might as well just get it done. And that about wraps up for the two Cheltenham stories. All I've got to say is once again, support your local, and let's get into the final news story, which is arguably the biggest one of the video. So I'm going to be reading this to you straight from the Sky Sports website, and yes, you are hearing this from my mouth. The Prime Minister has paved a way for fans to return to stadiums. And you might think, okay, yes, he's trying to give us some hope, but when will it be? No, it will be by October. We might be able to see the lads by October. Yes, we might not all be able to go, but we've taken baby steps. As long as a few people can get into that stadium week by week, if it goes well, that is, if it goes well, and we take every single protocol correctly, we could all be in the stadiums in no time. As this story was only released very, very recently, I only have a little bit of information I can explain to you, but I'm going to try and introduce my thoughts to the situation as well. And it is one of the best medicines, really, which no one will ever understand unless you are a football fan yourself. The last thing that I've been able to read from this Sky Sports document is that attendance at sporting events for the foreseeable future, which is quite sad to see, it will be subject to a number of strict conditions. That is depending how many cases there are, how bad it actually happened to the community, because if it goes back for 1 week and half the stadium catch it again, well, that's not going to happen. So we just got to depend what is happening at the time, take things carefully, like I said, take the right steps, and it should work out very nicely for us. And that is about it, guys. I really hope you liked my analysis on all of today's news stories. I've tried to give you the stats and all the news as well as my own opinion, so it's a little bit more interesting for you guys. Sorry for no Bristol City preview. I thought this was a much more of an important video to upload, as this is mainly a Cheltenham Town channel, and I thought it is just the utmost importance that I bring out the latest news stories for you guys so you do not miss out. If I was the first source of information for you guys about these news stories, please go drop a comment in the comment section about your opinions or anything. I will reply and I'll try and like all of them. Hopefully you've all subscribed and liked today's video, because it would mean the world to us. 2 videos like this will be on screen very shortly, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.